folks. Zach Elliott of Feel Free to Argue. How you all doing today? Well, I'm one of those people who likes to kind of keep alive old things. So in the spirit of talking about things that nobody seems to be talking about anymore, let's have a quick visit to Afghanistan and see how U.S. policy is chaining out there. Probably a lot of you have heard that the U.S. is planning a big offensive to try to put the Taliban on the defensive. Hamid Karzai was trying recently to generate some discussion about what they could do to reach out to the Taliban. And he basically split all the people up in the Afghani government, the Yurga, into small groups, 50 people or so, and had them all working on the question of what they should do. And apparently there was a lot of contentious arguments because, this is the part of it that struck me as being really funny because you basically have one group of U.S. armed and supported murdering thugs trying to figure out how to work out a power sharing arrangement with another group of U.S. supported murderous thugs. Just that one group's our current favorites and the other group is a group that we supported a long time ago. But basically they're both our offspring. And of course the Taliban doesn't really have much of an interest in dealing, and they made that very clear by the fact that they actually arranged a suicide bomb attack and I think also a missile attack on these meetings that Karzai was holding to try to discuss the ways to reach out to the Taliban. The Taliban has made it very clear that they're not really interested in having any talks with the Karzai government until all the troops are gone, at which point they'll probably come in and kick Karzai's ass. I don't think that the big initiative that we're planning is going to accomplish anything, because I don't think the Taliban is at all interested in fighting us. What they're interested in, and which they consistently succeed in doing, is making us look bad. Because even though we say it's about hearts and minds, the only people who actually act as if they know it's about hearts and mind are people like the Taliban, who use every opportunity to illustrate the fact that we do not understand what we're doing. They relish in our every mistake, our every blunder, and of course they're manifold because we don't know what we're doing there, and we're just trying to achieve our goals by force instead of by understanding. And I think it's very interesting watching what's going on in Afghanistan right now, because right now it's sort of off the radar as everybody is concerned, a little bit about Israel, all the celebrity deaths lately. Oh, Gary Coleman, oh, Dio, oh. And, of course the BP oil spill, which is like kind of sucked up a lot of attention, though not very productively. Last over a month now. But our policy in Afghanistan continues to deteriorate. The Taliban is not at all interested in negotiating with Karzai because they know Karzai is weak. And all they have to do at this point is outlast us. And that's easy. This is how they beat the Russians. Time's on their side. They don't have to win tomorrow. They don't have to win the next day. It's their country. They're still going to be there. All they have to do is get us to the point where we're willing to declare whatever situation exists at the moment a victory and leave. And I think they're making fairly good progress towards that goal, because when Obama's latest attempt does not succeed, when the Taliban does what it always does and just kind of melts back into the caves and the mountains, and then comes back and like embarrasses us later, just as they did recently in Marja, because it was a perfect example of what they do. Well, first of all, we claimed this thing was a huge success. We claimed that it was a huge strategic victory when it wasn't. With all the embarrassing footage later showing what a pathetic, podunk place Marja really was. But more importantly, even than that, it's not like it's claimed. It's like any place else in Afghanistan. If we're there, or if we have a presence, it's ours. Sure, we can take anything. Big and powerful. We could take anything. But we can't build anything that will last. We can't leave any place and not leave a presence there and still call the shots. Just doesn't happen. There's a whole series of bombings in Marja just the last week. And you know what that is? That's the Taliban sending us a message saying, there you go. There's your taken town, your secured town of Marja. We're back. You didn't get rid of us. You didn't root us out. We're still there. And the same thing will happen with the big, powerful offensive. We will go in there. We will smash them. We will kill, number 3, number 5, number 7, number 34 on the list of, Taliban operatives. Yep, there'll be successes. We'll take towns. We'll secure towns. We'll give away rights. Like they're the candy that, the soldiers throw from tanks, Here are some rights for you. Ah, aren't we wonderful? But then we'll go, and you know what? The Taliban will come back. And they'll blow up the school we built, and they'll blow up the post office. They'll kill the policeman. We'll be back to square one. Except we'll be poorer, and no real progress will have been made in Afghanistan, except, just codifying the already fucked up system that already is there. Well, that's 3 videos in a row, though. That's 3 days in a row, and I haven't done that in a while. So, hope I'm not depressing you people too much. I'm kind of glad to be back online. Hope you people are all glad to have me back. It's been Zach Elliott, and you know the drill. You can always feel free to argue. Take care, people.